Hey you guys, it's Kristina. I started thinking about all of the recipes that I absolutely love to make, but that made me feel absolutely sick, right? And one of these was fettuccine alfredo. Everybody loves fettuccine alfredo, but it always has so much fat in it and everybody feels terrible afterwards. So what I've done is I've made a low-fat, fat noodle fettuccine alfredo recipe. For the past 7 years, I've been eating what someone would call a low-fat, raw vegan lifestyle, or most people would call it 80-10-10. The term was coined a few years ago by Dr. Douglas Graham when he wrote the book, and it basically states that 80% of what you eat comes from carbohydrates, which come from fruit, 10% from proteins, which come from your greens or your vegetables, and 10% from fat, which come from nuts or seeds. And I know that this may sound like a fruit-heavy diet, but that's exactly what it is. 80% of my calories are coming from a simple sugar source, which is fruit, which is readily and easily absorbed by the body to help me function at my optimum best. 10% comes from... I am going to be making for you guys watermelon juice today, but not just any watermelon juice. I'm going to be teaching you my watermelon juice secret. And I know that that may sound like a very little bit to you, but it's actually more protein on a vegan raw food lifestyle that's recommended than any other one out there. And 10% only sounds like a little bit, but when you actually look at the amount of calories that it's coming from, it's actually a large amount of greens. And then 10% coming from nuts. If you guys are too busy to eat raw, or if you feel that you're too busy to eat raw, fruit is always the best way to go because it's fast food. You can bring it with you anywhere. There's nothing to clean, and as long as you have a napkin to wipe off your face, you should be set. My third example of an easy-to-eat raw lunch is just bananas. I probably have about 12 bananas on this plate, and I eat bananas when I'm looking for a very filling or calorie-dense meal. Typically after I go for long runs, I will eat a big plate of bananas. And keep in mind, you want to eat your bananas when they're speckled, because this means that they're ripe and that all of the starches have been properly converted into a simple sugar or something more readily used by your body so that you can be properly fueled. I'm really not going to be sharing this jar right here with you right now. Really sorry about that. It's all mine. Yum yum. So okay. All I'm going to do is take my zucchini and I'm going to stick it in there and I'm just going to spiralize it just like this, because it makes these really gorgeous, delicious, fat noodles. And we are going to use this instead of pasta. Okay, so, that smells fantastic. After you have blended up your Alfredo, yummy. All you have to do after that is literally just take your noodles and we are going to drape this on over. Yummy. Dinner is my favorite meal of the day. It makes me so happy that I just want to sing. Oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day. So an example of what a raw dinner would look like would be something like this. I tend to eat my fruit all throughout the day, remember, and then I always start off my dinner by eating a little bit more fruit before I start my giant salad. I do this to kind of make sure that I'm topped up on my calories and made sure that I eat enough. I also like to have something sweet before my dinner and spoil my appetite, right? Which is important to satisfy your cravings for anything that you may want or need. Got it. That it becomes so grainy that you can literally take it and you're going to sprinkle it on to your, I have to say that tomatoes go good on everything. So this is optional, but what you can do is if you want to take a whole carton of cherry tomatoes, I literally love just to take it. And this is an example of what a large salad of mine would look like. It has about 2 heads of romaine, some spinach, some kale, and even some Swiss chard in there, and I have some cut up zucchini and tomatoes. I typically tend to make my own salad dressing, and I make